We continue with the New Yorkers, and we have Tara, T-A-R-A, wherever that came from, Marie Segundo.
Hi.
Did I say it right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, very good. Now, what trouble are you up to this time?
I want to get everybody ready for summer.
How?
I'm your resident fitness expert. I want to get everybody ready for summer. I want everybody to understand that you have to have a plan, and you have to set goals, and they have to be specific.
You won't get the chocolates tonight.
No, I saw the goodie table out there. I just walked right by.
Okay, you have the...
No, I just walked right by. I can't, But you have to have a really structured plan to do. It's a project, just like a project that you would have for work or for anything else. You want to plan with a lot of detail because haphazard training doesn't work.
Let's go back in history here. How much poundage does a person put on during the winter months that you have to take so much off?
A lot of times, a lot of people, according to what I've read, anywhere from like 5 to 15 pounds. And that has a lot to do with the holidays.
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but what I think is a shame. I work with a lot of clients where 5 pounds turns into 10, and then 10 becomes 15. And if you don't do something about it, and you don't nip it in the bud, then 15 becomes 20. And after a while, it becomes so overwhelming.
You mean they come and exercise with you, and the next week they come back to 5 pounds more? Come on,
yeah.
What's that about?
I know, that makes me look really good. I have people that they let pounds creep up on them. And, if you don't kind of nip things in the bud and take care of things when it is 5 pounds or 10 pounds or 15 pounds, you look back and you're, oh, gee, when did I gain 30 pounds? And then that becomes really overwhelming psychologically. It's a lot.
Okay, well, the first big secret, don't eat anything before you go to bed, right? Stay
You know what? You want to know the truth?
Yes, you do.
I do. Okay, here's the thing. I do often, but I always try to make sure that there's about 3 hours between when I eat and when I go to bed. So, like for instance, when I go home tonight and I get home and it's after midnight, I'll have a little bit of a protein snack.
Such as?
Frankly, I'll probably have some lean beef. I'm prepping for a competition right now, so I'm dieting for a competition. So I'll have probably like a little bit of a protein snack. And then I probably won't go to bed for 2 hours, so like 2 in the morning. So I wouldn't eat and then just lie down and go to sleep. But I also don't believe in going to bed on an empty stomach because then you just end up waking up in the middle of the night.
And then you go...
And then
you go fleece.
Right. What I found is when you go to bed or when you allow yourself to become too hungry, that's when you start making the mistakes, right? Mm-hmm. It's not when you're eating steady meals and you're keeping yourself,
Do you empty out the refrigerator so you don't sin?
You know what? I live alone.
Yeah.
And so I control...
You live alone?
I do. I do.
You make a note of that.
I do. I live alone, and so I control what I put in my fridge. And I honestly...
What's in your fridge right now?
Okay. I've got chicken.
Okay.
Turkey, beef.
What are you doing?
Chicken, turkey, beef. I've got flax seeds, sesame seeds,
right.
Olive oil. In the freezer, I've got a ton of frozen green vegetables. I admit I don't have time to do all my vegetables fresh.
But now, do you have any sins in your refrigerator?
Not really, because here's my theory. If it's there and it's accessible, you'll eat it. If, in order to commit a sin, I'd have to actually put on my clothes, put on a coat, walk to the store.
Go step and get it.
Yeah. And also, I was teaching this to a woman recently. I've started to do a lot of substitution sinning, so to speak. Like, if I have a sweet tooth, instead of having, crappy food, I'll have maybe some organic cashews. Which
that's legal. That's legal.
Right, which has it has some fat, it has some good fat, and it's got a little bit of a sweet taste to it, right? Mm-hmm. And so, a lot of times when you're craving sugar and you're craving fat.
Did you ever crave sugar yourself?
Yeah, I've told you.
I mean before, but now that you're on this controlled diet,
in my 20s, in high school, and throughout my 20s.
You don't hide sugar in the chandelier. Or,
No. When in high school, in my younger years, in youth, and in my 20s, and even in my early 30s,
kids don't know.
I lived on, but like especially in college, I lived on. I told you I lived on ding dongs and cookies and pizza. I used to be a sugaraholic, and I used to be a caffeineaholic, and I used to do a lot of things.
That's not a question. Do you have coffee every day?
I have organic decaf. I don't have caffeine.
What's organic decaf?
Organic decaf.
Coffee is organic, folks.
No. Organic meaning that the beans are grown in crops that are not sprayed with all kinds of pesticides. And
I never knew they ever got around to doing that.
Yeah, and so, but I have decaf because caffeine on the pancreas has the same effect as sugar does.
Right.
It spikes insulin. Insulin's the fat-storing hormone.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're spiking your insulin, you're spiking your propensity to then store
You
fat.
just ruined my first cup of coffee in the morning.
I
now.
know, but
Oh, yeah.
I know. But yeah, if you're gonna do coffee, just do it. Be limited about it. Don't go crazy. And then have decaf the rest of the day. They make delicious.
Well, I only have one cup of coffee.
Yeah.
All right, now you brought pictures. What pictures did you do?
Oh God,
Are these for the-
these are. I brought ones I knew you'd
Oh,
like.
mother.
Right.
Now, when was that taken?
Oh, that was
That was
taken,
last week?
No, okay, that was taken about a year and a half ago.
You're
2
kidding.
days before a contest.
2 days.
2 days before a contest.
Now, how do you get ready for a contest?
I live on a lot of protein and vegetables.
Yeah.
I slowly start to, back off of the carbs. And when I do have
No, you said you didn't take carbs. You
no,
take carbs?
there are squash is carbohydrate, zucchini's carbohydrate.
Oh, I see that carb. Okay.
Right, you'll never see me having a bagel, but I'll have winter squash, I'll have zucchini, I'll have broccoli. You have to have carbs to function.
Now, what weight are you in that picture?
Oh, okay. In that picture, I was probably like 129 and a half, and right now I'm like 133-ish.
So when you go to a contest, you pull it back to 129?
I pull it back. Actually, for my next contest, I want to be leaner than that. I wasn't quite as lean. That was when
Does that turn into an obsession then?
No. I do that for contest. I do that to go on stage, and then I bounce. This is what I normally look like.
So that's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Let's see that picture again. I just want to get the measurement.
It's a
Why?
it's a nice picture.
It's fine by me.
Girls got to do what a girl's got. Oh, there's another one.
Yes.
Now that one. Now that was taken heavier than a contest weight, but I was really contracting. There's a reason my face is not in that picture, James.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. I'll look at the abs.
No, my face isn't in that picture because to get my abs to look like that, I look in my face. I look like I was passing a stone.
Yeah,
to be honest with
you got to suck it in.
Yeah. You have to really contract to get. That was taken 2 days before a contest.
Mamma mia.
That was taken about exactly a year ago. That was 2 days before a contest.
Is that a 129 also?
I was a little heavier there, but here's the thing. I had put on muscle weight, so I was actually leaner than the 120. See, the reason I don't like weight is because weight doesn't say how much of it is fat, how much of it is...
No, you got to balance the
Right.
muscles.
So in that particular picture, I had actually spent about 6 months putting on a little extra weight, mostly in my upper body, and so I was actually about 1.5 pounds heavier. Yeah,
So do you do weightlifting then?
Tons.
What tonnage? I mean,
what I do and what I tell people to do is to lift. If you're looking to gain strength, you want to keep your repetitions anywhere from like 8 to 10. Meaning, if you are lifting a weight that you could go past 10, 12 repetitions, then the weight's too heavy. Sorry, the weight's too light. You need to just very slightly, incrementally increase the amount of weight to get it to a point where by 8 or 10 repetitions, you're then tired.
And what weight is that for you?
It depends. For an overhead press, for a flat barbell chest press, that's about maybe 95 or 100 pounds. It's not terribly heavy, but again, I do high volume, James. I do
95 pounds.
95, 100 maybe. But then again, I do 5 sets per exercise, and then I maybe do 4 exercises per body part.
Per body part.
High volume training.
How long are you in the gym?
What I'll do is I'll go into the gym and I'll just try to do 2 body parts. So I'm usually in the gym anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. And then if I stay to stretch...
Do people invite you out to their homes in the summer just to praise you up and down the boat and say, boy, those people next door, they're good.
No, but I get a lot of invitations to the beach.
I bet you do. Now, what age are you at now? We want to tell us?
I'm turning 41. What's today, the 4th of April?
Yeah.
April, May, June, July.
Yeah.
In 3 months, I turn 41.
41. And you can maintain that body.
I don't believe it's about age, because most of my clients are younger than I.
Yeah.
And I think it's about the effort you put in, really. I really don't think it's about age, because technically I should have been going downhill 10 years ago. But what right around 10 years ago...
Well, you're going to have what they say hormonal changes.
Hormonal changes, yeah.
Would that affect this?
It's going to affect it. I have to work harder now at 41 than I did at 32.
How much harder?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm getting a little dementia. I don't even remember.
Well, I mean, like if you do 20 sit-ups or whatever you do, and when you get older, you have to do 30.
Well, it's not really about that. What it's about is as a woman at 41, my hormonal panel is changing to the extent that my metabolic rate is probably slowed down.
Yeah.
So it means that my body tries to be fatter.
Yeah.
And I have to fight that. Yeah, I have to fight harder to keep what I've got.
Why? You really are disciplined.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Well, if you enjoy it, that's a
You got to look good naked, James.
I'm with you on that one.
I mean, look, and also, you want to have pride about yourself, and it's not even really about looks. You just
I understand.
Yeah.
It gives you the energy, it makes you feel good. Yes.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people that get out of shape,
Right, and I've been there. I mean, I've been there.
Did that. Huh?
When I was on a really high sugar diet, and I was drinking Diet Coke, and I was addicted to caffeine. This was especially in graduate school. I mean, I was tired all the time, and I was lethargic. And the less you move, the less you want to move, right? Mm-hmm. And then conversely, the more you move, the more you want to move.
Mm-hmm. So I can't give you this little
What's
gift?
that? Oh, where'd you get this?
Oh, that's from the chocolate.
What little bag of treats?
Oh, I got a little bag of treats.
I will take it and I'll give it to my doorman.
No, you're allowed 2 ounces. They say.
This is dark chocolate. This is the dark.
Yeah, this is the one with the booze.
Dark is really healthier.
Yeah.
Has antioxidants. The thing is I don't do any sugar, James.
Oh, no sugar at all?
No, so that's going to be for my doorman.
Oh, you're a doorman. Yeah. Oh. Can't even bribe him anymore. Okay, thank you, Terry. You got to come back. But when's the next big contest?
The next contest is 6 weeks from...
Where?
6 weeks. It's going to be in the Boston area, and it's in 6 weeks. It's a regional show. You can go to my website, www.
No, you got to bring me back the goodies.
There's another picture. Oh, there's another picture for you.
Yeah. I like the first one the best.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll come to you. I'll come see you after the contest.
Bring the video.
Yeah. Okay, I will.
Okay.
I will.
That's important.
I will.
Especially if you win holding that trophy.
Holding the trophy. Very nice to see you.
Thank you.
Bacio.
Mwah.
Okay.
Okay. We continue with this. She didn't like our chocolates. All right, we'll be back right after this.